even little things can become really big things. When an athlete gets injured, what I'm always trying to think about is how is this going to affect them later on down the road. Injuries like shoulder dislocations, ACL tears, muscle strains, C-spine injuries. Something that could be life-altering or even life-ending for someone. Part of my job is to try to help prevent that from happening. My name is Nicole Clements. I'm a certified athletic trainer and I work at Potlatch High School.
My name is Kai Sashiki. I am a certified athletic trainer as well as licensed athletic trainer. I have been working in Colton for 15 years. I've been a certified athletic trainer for 21 or so.
My name is Amy Vu. I'm a certified athletic trainer at Garfield-Palouse High School.
My name is Jamie Hiramoto. I'm a certified athletic trainer serving Pullman High School. A day generally starts out, I'll come in a little bit before school ends, kind of get some prep work done at that point. And then as soon as the bell rings, the chaos kind of ensues. That's when I see a lot of people in before their practices start, catch up with them, see how they're doing, check in on their injuries. And then practices start, and I try to go out to those when I can. Sometimes I have a longer term rehab that I'm seeing during practices as well. And then after practices, another round of people trickling in, seeing how things went, maybe doing a little rehab at that point or recovery with them.
Really, the job of a certified athletic trainer is to best treat, evaluate, rehab the athletic population.
Well, I'm trained in evaluation of injuries and illnesses, prevention and care of injuries and illnesses. We have a lot of training in recognition of signs and symptoms of concussion and concussion care. We're also trained in rehabilitation of injuries and returning to play.
Getting a kid back on the floor in a small school is the difference between having a game and not having a game.
If we can keep the injuries from happening before they even happen and just have them doing exercises or maybe have a day or two out of practice as opposed to having a big injury that takes them out for multiple weeks.
The athletic trainer being there on site every day for every practice allows me to say, oh, I can control for this variable. I can take this person out of these specific drills, or I can request that they come out of these specific drills. I can tape specifically, or I can rehab during practice. And that allows me a really nice rapport with our athletes.
I was from a small school in Kansas, didn't know what an athletic trainer was. The nearest orthopedic surgeon was 4 hours away. I tore my ACL 2 different times playing basketball, so I'd had to do a lot of it on my own. I have a student athlete that just tore ACL and she doesn't know what's next. So I help her understand what the process is, her and her parents, provide reassurance, give them exercises, ways to manage pre, during, and post-operation, and have a plan moving forward to return her back to her favorite sports. I want to help them not be me and have a better high school athletics experience than I did.
Coaches have to navigate around all of these issues of being a coach on top of having to worry about their health care. Well, with an athletic trainer, you actually get to just push that off to the athletic trainer.
When I see someone go down, I kind of am already doing an evaluation of what I saw, what the mechanism maybe was. So that's kind of what I'm watching for during a game versus more of being a spectator of the game.
Especially really big injuries occur, I kind of just snap into decision-making mode. I try to take into account things that the coach would take into account, like, is this a senior? Is this maybe their last game? While also balancing that with, what does this kid's future look like? Is this an injury that's appropriate to put them back into play for, or do they need to sit out now? Being able to see them immediately and immediately get started on that treatment can really shorten their recovery and get them back on the field much quicker. We see a lot of reduction in things like swelling and pain that next day when we're able to immediately start those interventions. What I'm always trying to think about is how is this going to affect them later on down the road.
From the athletes to the coaches to the administrators involved, everyone wants the student athlete to have a great experience.
We know what sports does for a school. It really keeps our kids on the level, out of trouble, grades stay up. Athletics is a great thing for humans. We just have to make sure that, they're best cared for.
We're never going to prevent every injury, but hopefully we're mitigating those risk factors so that someone is less likely to get those large injuries.
If somebody does not address an old throwing injury, perhaps, when they have children, they may not be able to play with their children the way they would like to. They may not be able to lift them over their head. They may not be able to play catch with them in the yard because what damage they did in high school continues to progress through adulthood.
I am surrounded by a great group. I've got the resources of the training room. I've got the resources of Inland Orthopedic. I've got the resources of my athletic training cohort.
It's not just prevention during the sport, it's lifelong knowledge to help continue to have well-being throughout their entire adulthood and lifetime.
I think investing in the youth of our community is important because they are that next generation, they are that future. And putting that investment into them now, into both their health, their safety, their joy, is really going to hopefully set them up to be great community members in the future.